Hi, welcome back to TRS-80 Retro Programming. If you're new, welcome to the channel. I didn't realize that Coco Fest was last Saturday, so there was no show. And there wasn't too much coverage. I didn't see anybody there. I just saw like a camera shot for about, you know, 6 or whatever hours. There was just a camera shot and didn't show much, but that's okay. Um, so I made a couple of videos since the last show. Hopefully they get some coverage. I'm planning to do more. I think the last one I did, I don't even remember what it was. The heck was that on? Oh, it was the random graphics video. Um, Anyways, many of you have already seen what I'm about to do here, um, but I'm making changes, implementing this save game tape into all of the game tapes feature. So I'm going to do that right now, insert that tape, and get started with this. So we're in the first part of the hallway, and yeah, we are. Actually, what the heck is going on here? Hallway 1. I'm getting confused because if this was hallway part 1, hallway part 2, this should be hallway part 2. I'm not sure why it's coming up part 1. So that's strange. It might be just an error that I made because this is hallway part 2. So I guess I have to fix that. I didn't even notice that. I must have duplicated that for some reason. But okay, so inventory. We have a model rocket, lock combination, and a flashlight. That's it. I hit the space bar to get out of that. Score is 22 over 100. It should actually be more than that. The rocket is worth, well, anyways, when you get into the first part of the hall, after you get out of the hobby shop scene, you're with 21 points. The lock combination brings you up to 22. The flashlight, so it's not counting the flashlight because this is just a beta. I'm working out some bugs. I can't go in that door, and I can't interact with any of the objects right now because I'm changing the structure of the game to implementing the save game tape feature. But I do want to show you this here. You go up the ladder, and if you have the flashlight, the lights come on. And like I've said, a lot of you have seen this before. There's a guitar over here and a few boxes, and normally you can interact with those, but it's not. I haven't done the button function. That's the last thing I have to do on this, and then I'm going to be moving on to the living room slash kitchen, and then to the backyard. So when we go down the ladder, the light goes back off. There's a little bit of a lag time, but this was, now I see, most of the time I show you these things, but I don't show you how they're done. And so I want to show you my code here, parts of it. Now, what I've been doing here is bolding the REM statements in certain areas. It makes it a lot easier to see the REM statements, to differentiate them from actual code. Nothing real impressive here, but I am bolding them, and I'm using, sometimes I'm using not only long string names or variable. These are string names and or variables. These are actually variables. Actually, variables. Long uh, variable names or string names. Sometimes two words. As long as it doesn't conflict with a color basic command, you're fine. But if it conflicts, you have to change it. I would recommend doing this. It makes your code a lot easier to read. So if we go down to the graphic screens, go down to the graphic screens, and now we're in the hallway. And as you can see, if I bold these rem statements, it makes it stand out in certain areas. So here's the rafters. The first time we go through this, it draws the rafters. Now, if it's dark in the attic, you'll go through this routine. And if you're going back down the ladder to turn the lights off, you'll go through this routine, but then you'll return to the joystick loop without redrawing the boxes or anything. This is very complicated. It took me a couple of weeks now. I haven't seen this code in quite a while, and I had to break it down. It's very complicated, and I did this, and then you forget exactly what you did, you know. So I'm trying to make it more apparent here. So if we go down a little farther, here's the flashlight. And if we do have the flashlight, we're going to get all of those graphics up there, the boxes, the guitar, and everything like that. If we go down even farther to the boundary area, this is where the action actually happens. There's the button area that I haven't gotten to yet. I need to change that. What I'm doing is I'm lengthening the string names to complete words, like RK is red key, but now I'm spelling it out, red key, because after you get so many of these, you forget what they mean, and I'm not writing them all down. This way you don't have to write them down. So if we go to, we're going to the boundary area, and this is where it really gets complicated. It draws the ladder. This is not a drawing, this is the boundary area. This lets you get on the ladder if you're positioned with the ladder. And then we have this area here where you're in the attic and you go down. Like I said, this is really confusing, but it does work. So for instance, if we're in the attic, attic would equal 1. So if we start working ourselves down the ladder, one rung pretty much, a step down the ladder, we're going to go to 301. Or actually, if we're in the attic, we can't go through the attic floor because this prevents it. So that's what this is saying. If you go down is greater and up is less. So I'm in the negative. So if we're walking on the attic floor, Y value is on negative 50. If we try to push it down to negative 40, and we're in the attic, we're going to go to line 301. It says if we're not on the ladder, then we do not go down. If we are on the ladder, then we can. So this prevents us from walking any higher than the attic floor. This prevents us from going any farther left or right past the rafters. And then it really gets complicated here. This is the flashlight on off. So basically, if we reach the top of the ladder and the flashlight is off, it will turn on. But I went by a line here. We would bypass this whole area. If we didn't have the flashlight at all, it would say it's too dark to see, and we would return to the joystick loop. If we do have the flashlight, we continue to this on-off scheme, and if we reach the top of the ladder and attic equals 2, then we switch to P mode 1.4, which is the dump, the screen dump. Okay, then we change values of attic. We go sub back to the actual graphics and draw them over with the guitar and all of that. We p-copy that to our cut and paste page, and then the joystick copies it back over to the actual game screen, and vice versa. When we're going down the ladder, you can follow this. The values change. We clear the entire page 4, so that's only the bottom play area. We clear the entire area out. Then we go sub and we redraw everything with a dark attic, and that's what this paint is. It'll paint that. It'll redraw the attic, but it will be dark. We go from the dump page to the cut and paste page back to the joystick routine, which copies it over to the graphics screen. So it's very complicated. Sure, some of you guys probably understand it, but not everybody. It's not the easiest thing to understand, but I will leave you with this much. I'm going to edit line 32, and I'm going to ram the flashlight out, so when we run the game, you can see what it's like when we don't have the flashlight. I have to fix that hallway 1 thing. It should say 2. But now, if I try to travel up the ladder, I can still go, but as soon as I reach the top, it says it's too dark to see, and we don't get anything, and we have to go back down. Otherwise, we'll drop back down to the bottom if we try to go right or left. I can turn the music on, and there's a delay of 10 seconds, and the music will start if you want to put music in your game. And so I'm just going to end it here. I'm going to cut out of this. I actually have to list this out because I just updated some code, and so that's really it for now. I'm going to be back probably with a math video tomorrow or over the weekend, and that's it for now. thank you guys for watching as usual. Uh, trying to put this joystick back, and I just alright, trying to talk at the same time. And what I was saying is, now I forgot what I was saying. What was it? Geez, I hate when my mind goes blank like this. Oh, that's right. I am up to 5,700 views, which is astonishing for a small channel like what I have with only 72 subscribers. If you click at the top where it says more information about the channel, YouTube has updated its features, and it tells you the channel's total views since it's been in operation. And I joined YouTube in 2016. That's not when the channel began. I just joined to make comments and subscribe to other channels. This channel actually started in I really don't know. I think it was probably 2020. So maybe 3 or 4 years ago, probably around 4 years ago. I know it was when COVID just started. It was the summer after that. So I think that was in 2020, I believe. Yeah, so we're going on 4 years now. And I started the channel off, and I didn't get any views, and a few 6 months later I tried it again. So I got my first subscriber, and that was probably about 3.5 years ago. So if I have 5,700 views and only 72 subscribers, tells me that a lot of the views that I'm getting are from outside sources, from people that are not subscribed. And I do that myself. I view channels, and I don't subscribe. I just view them for the content. So there's a lot of people watching out there, and I haven't made a red cent from any of this, and I should have made on the ads. And where I am in my state, we're not allowed to have YouTube. We can have YouTube channels, but we can't make money from the channel, which is really strange. I live in Connecticut, and I don't know why that is. 5,700 views at maybe like 10 cents a view. I'm just gonna do that math, and I'm just estimating 5,700 times 10 cents. I should have made about 600 bucks, and I haven't made anything, and I'm not on Patreon, so it's lost revenue for me. I put a lot of work into this, and it's a little upsetting that I lost $600 or more over the years that I could have had in my pocket. And at first I didn't know how to set it up, and then when I tried to set it up, it said my state I wasn't allowed to, and I think that's just a lot of crap, and I don't know why that is. There's some strange laws out there, but whatever. So it's been a fun experience, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have gotten to this level if it wasn't for my viewers. So it's a win-win either way, I guess. But I'm just going to end it here. Hopefully we get some comments on this. I know a lot of you have seen this before, so it's not really that interesting to everyone. But, I try to keep it on the up and up. And I'll be back with a math video pretty soon. So I love to do math videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.